worldly, creative, and if I do say so myself, a very handsome man who just wrote a book titled Once Upon a Time on Brinkman. A story about the trials and tribulations of an Italian immigrant who was forced into a relationship with a young Polish virgin who's striving for affection. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Jericho. Thank you. It's good to have you on the show. Welcome. It's good to be here. Now, Mike, why did you write this book? Well, Mike, I wrote this book as a way to educate other mixed races who may stumble upon the same situation I did. Book's not for the faint of heart. I mean, it takes you through everything. From having to learn the Polish language in order to identify your next meal, or pretending you're interested in murder mysteries just to be social. One time when everyone was in the kitchen, I turned the TV on to Happy Days. I couldn't turn it off, and her mother happened to walk in the room. It was one of the scariest moments of my life. You'll have to read it. I have an entire chapter dedicated to it. Well, it sounds fascinating. Tell me more. Well, you know, it's just weird. I mean, the house was, it was just strange. I mean, for starters, nobody ever drank alcohol in that house. There was never a drink. I mean, it's not like my niece or nephew would probably have a drink. I mean, heck, they were too young anyways. I didn't expect them to drink. But you know, that was okay because really nobody in our family drank. We don't come from a family of alcohol at all. It's probably because Jane and I never drank. Alcohol never touched our lips. And I really can't imagine Jane ever having a drink while she's talking to somebody or making small talk with someone like, say, Junior. And you know, I personally don't even like the taste of beer. I might have tasted it one time and it's awful. You know, there was a time Jane's brother Fritz was over on vacation and he was water skiing. And I know he wasn't drinking because where on earth would he put the drink while he was water skiing? But you know, we got together often. And I can't remember a time when alcohol was anywhere close to us. And I'll tell you what, I really believe it's because our kids never drank it. I think it rubbed off. Nobody drank. I mean, can you imagine Jane's mother asking for a drink?
Where's my drink?
I can't. I mean, look, if we were drinkers, wouldn't there be signs of alcohol in some of our old photos? It's not like we would take pictures with kids. All the ones we have with kids, you think we're going to have alcohol in the photos? Heck no. You think we'd be holding a beer or something? You think we're crazy? What kind of people do you think we are? Are you kidding me? Jane and I didn't even have alcohol at our own wedding. Look, unless someone was hiding it, I don't believe anyone ever drank. And I'm glad because, you know what alcohol does, right? Alcohol makes you do stupid things. And we surround ourselves with family and friends who don't like to look silly.
Gucci, Gucci,
Take a look inside. Is my in a box?
We have way too much pride for that. Well, that's very enlightening. You mentioned your father-in-law in this book and actually dedicated a few pages. Apparently, he was quite the character. My father-in-law. He was a very, very soft-spoken man. Talked in hardly over a whisper, but always polite and engaging, and he would never curse.
Hey, you ain't spending a buck in my goddamn place, so why should I sponsor you?
Nor would he utter a bad word to my mother-in-law, never.
Is your mother the manager of your team or what? Why is that spokeswoman over there opening up her mouth?
Most of all, if let's say your favorite football team just lost a big game, he was always there to pick you up. I'm just saying.
What happened to the Bills today?
You're frustrated as usual.
I think you and your Bills, they stink.
One talent he did have, though, he was exceptional at math. His skills were unbelievable. He could calculate in his head like nobody's business.
$4 a day, that's $28 a week.
But you know, most of all, he was extremely kind to everyone. Everyone he met, kids and all, always letting them know that they were number one. It's like he was saying, hey kid, here's to you. Aww.
Here, Mike. There.
We were digging the old photo albums and found he wasn't just like that sometimes, he was like that all the time. He'd like to let the entire world to say, hey world, you're number one. Lynn taught us that.
Oh.
Are you sure that meant... Never mind. And we'll be back right after these messages.